really try to have a good comparison with the end in mind to come up, and maybe DepEd of course will be the final arbiter here on ano ba yung design na hinahanap natin at ano yung presyo, no? Kasi that's very important for this bill, because when we put together the fund, ang na-imagine natin, there will be a council headed by DepEd that will award basically, no, the price and the specs to LGUs and NGOs that want to participate in school building. Dapat standardized siya, no? May standard price, may mga additional, kunyari dun sa foundation o dun sa layo ng lugar. Although si Chinese Chamber said kahit sila yung pinakamalalayong lugar at pati si Yellow Boat pinakamalalayong lugar, pero hindi naman ganun kalaki yung difference ng presyo nila. Parang it's just about 10 to 20%. No, it's not double, 'di ba? So we will do our best to do that TWG, ma-compare talaga natin 'yan, and we look for the best specs that we can provide, no, that can be one of the output of this of the hearings, para in the end we can say kaya to ng 1.5 million, kaya to ng 2 million. Of course, if Security Bank wants to build a 3 million peso classroom na branded yung mga gamit, that's up to them, di ba? I mean, that's their own money. But pagdating sa gobyerno, we have to look for the right price, right? Sige po, Mr. Simpao, maybe you can finish your presentation.
Yeah, I just have one more. But before that, we're not spending this amount of money because we want to be magarbo or anything, no. But we've designed our school buildings to last for at least 25 years, no. And that's the reason why we also have a budget for maintenance.
That's a good point. Thank you, Mr. Simpao.
Now, what challenges? Next slide, please. What challenges have we faced? Well, of course, we're dependent on donation from the bank, and our funding allocation for major repairs that were of previously donated classrooms has been growing because they over time they will age, and then over time the number of schools that we have to maintain also increases. No, we also have problems with the local public schools, no, because they normally lack funding for or budgets for building maintenance or pre-construction requirements such as demolition of the dilapidated classroom, tree cutting, site clearings, etc. And then one of the other problems that we've encountered is vandalism. No, 2 months after we've turned over classrooms in Tacloban after the what was that? Yolanda, no? Our toilets were already vandalized. No? So we're calling on the teachers, the principals, and the students to watch over this. No. But most importantly, the choice of contractor is one of the most critical element for us, no? Because we're building school buildings all over the country. And normally, it will be cheaper if you get the local contractor. But if you use local contractor, you're treated as a one-off project. And normally, based on our experience, the workmanship is substandard. No? So what we've decided is we will develop several contractors and make it a win-win situation. They can look forward to continuing awards of classrooms as we build more classrooms throughout the country. And then the thing that they will assure us is the quality. And I personally inspect all of these classrooms. No? Pati yung wall, pintura, lahat. No? I even bang the doors. No? And as I've said, we're now using steel doors. No? Because we've had problems with termites. We've had problems. So pinaka-importante po yung choice of contractor. I don't know if it will be limited to
DPWH.
Huh? DPWH. So. And then, of course, we have a lot of areas that are at risk to natural calamities. No? Now, our finding also is that in a lot of areas where the need for classrooms is very pronounced are the power plant areas, no, where the number of students are also limited. Mga kasuluk-sulukan na yan. Go contest. So you really have to find a contractor that will be willing to do that, and it's a smaller project. No? So, and the cost is going to be the same, and the overhead is going to be the same, no? But the amount that will the number of students that will benefit is of course limited, no? And again, I'm sorry, Senator, if I may be so bold to suggest, I think, in my personal opinion, comparing all the costings of everybody is going to take you a lot of time, and it's going to be a waste, no? Because iba-iba ho yung ating design, iba-iba ho yung materials natin eh. And if you want to expedite this project, I sincerely recommend that you choose the design already, agree on the materials that you will use, and then do the costing. And then that's where you can check the costing if you survey the supply.
We actually have that already, Mr. Simpao, because DepEd has a design. It has prescribed materials.
Oh, yun pala eh.
Meron eh. So may basis po tayo, but that's why we want to compare in the TWG sa nagkakaiba.
Hindi,
No?
ang sinasabi ko po, yung design nyo, tsaka yung bill of materials, no, yan po ang testing nyo if that's, if the prices that were indicated there is higher than what you can get it from
Exactly.
the market, no?
Exactly.
That's one of our provisions in our contract. We always have the owner's right to substitute materials. No? So kung mahal yung material nila, but of course, we protect the attendance fee, no?
All right, thank you, Mr. Simpao. So we'd like to thank our NGOs for presenting their work, no? Yung total po dito, I think aabot na tayo dito ng 15 to 20,000 classrooms made, no, just by the groups that are currently here, no? So we'd like to thank them for their work in nation building, no? I think DepEd naman fully appreciates the support from the private sector. Ang susunod ho nating nais gawin ay sa TWG ay mag-compare tayo ng mga presyo, no? The specs are already there. DepEd has those specs already, no? Whether 2-story, 3-story, 4-story, standalone, 2 classroom, 1 classroom, meron pang with toilet, without toilet, although baka magalit ulit si Senator Tulfo sa without toilet, no? But with toilet dapat yan. Meron namang specs, meron ding recommended because alam natin na kailangan typhoon resilient, earthquake resilient. So there are specs already, there are prices already. What we need to do is we just compare and try to find out ano ba yung reason for the differences. Baka naman it can be explained, but we will invite all the groups here, maybe some professional groups also, mga architects and si Contractors Association, mapag-usapan natin, have a third party look at all of this also. And in the next hearing, ipresent po natin yan, no, yung mga differences. But so far, ang narinig ko, everyone seems to be supportive of this bill. Of course, we will get your inputs in the TWG as well, kung may mga gusto kayong idagdag. And we have to find a way to really work together and solve this problem. I'm hoping that by the time we have the bill on the floor, meron ng clear targets, no, in coordination with Senator Gatchalian and the Committee on Finance, and even DBM, no, we'll ask DBM to present in the next hearing. Kasi yung budget ho ninyo, nais nating dagdagan, no? Maybe it can be the seed fund for this program, which we can open up to LGUs and to other private organizations, no? So, but before we finish, let me ask Senator Loren and Senator Tulfo if they have some final questions. I know Senator Tulfo has some questions about the security issues lately ng mga estudyante natin in Nueva Ecija and Lanao, no? But we'll allow Senator Loren to take the first crack.
It's not a question, it's a manifestation, just like what we did with the Tertiary Education Act. Even if we're not able to pass this by December 2025, Mr. Chair, may I suggest that the key provisions of our measure may already be special provisions under the DepEd budget or even general provisions with the concurrence of the chair of the Finance Committee and whoever will be the vice chair for the Finance Committee, just like what we did, and you can actually do the actual funding. Second, my recommendation during our TWG is for DPWH to include a 36,000 per square meter contractor who has actually done it, and to bring the bill of materials and the actual costing, maybe actual photos and video of a 9 by 7 meters and a 2.5 meter corridor, and a Chinese chamber 8,000 per square meter contractor, and let's see apples and apples. And maybe the photos, how it looks, makita natin. Kasi baka plywood, hardy flex, o baka naman kung ano lang, to be fair to everybody. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's been a very enlightening first hearing of your committee.
Yes.
Thank you.
Senator Lauren, in fact, I would even suggest that we take the committee outside of the halls of the Senate. We go to an area, maybe a friendly city, that can bring us to a Chinese Chamber school, a DPWH school, a DepEd school, and then we have the hearing in the public school, no? Because doon natin talaga makikita yung sitwasyon ng ating mga kabataan at mga guro, no? If you commit to join me, Senator Lauren.
I commit to join you because I want to see what a 36,000 per square meter classroom looks like, yung 9x7. And I also want to see 8,000 per square meter, regardless if the total is different. Kasi iba 4x8, iba 6x9, iba. Pero per square meter cost ito, yung finishing. Tapos ko compute, kasama yung mga contractor nun, para mapaliwanag natin.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you, Senator Lauren. Senator,
pa kami ni Senator Tulfo.
yes, Senator Tulfo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In the past 3 hours, I've noticed that we have answered so many questions pertaining to shortages for classrooms, and I really appreciate that. And equally important that I would like to tackle today is the issue on security. Kasi recently, as we all know, dalawa ng shooting incident ang naganap sa Lanao, last week, Lanao and Nueva Ecija, where a teacher and a student became victim dun sa shooting. Anong measures ginagawa ngayon ng DepEd para ma-ensure na yung seguridad ng mga estudyante at guro at hindi na maulit itong nangyari doon sa dalawang lugar na aking nabanggit? Na nakakalusot yung mga baril, na ipasok yung baril at namaril na lang ng estudyante at ng guro?
Good afternoon ho, Mr. Senator. Yung Department of Education ho, meron pong Child Protection Policy, 2012 pa ho yun. Pero after po ng incident ng ginawa po ng departamento, ay nag-issue po ng reiteration para ho dun sa polisiya na yon at hinaitin po yung mga security measures.
And what are those security measures?
Yung pagpasok pa lang ho ng mga bata ay check ko na ho yung mga bag.
Okay.
Pinagbabawal po yung pagdadala ng mga deadly weapons.
So, meron na pala yan.
Meron na po.
So, bakit hindi in-implement?
Na-implement naman po, kaya lang ho, alam nyo po,
Kung na-implement, sana hindi nangyari itong dalawang insidente na banggit ko.
Nakalusot to siguro, nakalusot to.
So, meron dito dapat managot na principal man o superintendent kasi bakit not properly implemented? A policy it's been there for many years ago na pala.
Tama po yun.
Bakit naipasok yung baril? Di ba dapat may security guard dyan? Not tanod, but security guard trained na para magkapkap o magtingin ng mga bag na dala-dala ng mga estudyante. Am I right?
Tama po yun, Mr.
But why it's
Senator.
not being done?
Ito pong sitwasyon ho na nangyari recently, 3 beses ho na pigilan pumasok yung assailant. Ang ginawa po ng assailant ay sumabay dun sa dagsa ng mga tao, kaya po siguro nakalusot. Pero iniimbestigahan na po ng departamento po, Mr. Senator, para wag na pong
So,
maulit.
meron ng ginagawang
Meron na po, agad-agad po, nagpunta po ang departamento doon.
No, not only doon sa mga nabanggit areas, kundi sa lahat ng public schools.
Yes, sir.
So, dapat hindi rin pwedeng dagsaan. You cannot use the word dagsaan kaya nakalusot.
Nga po.
Kung yan ang palaging gamitin ng mga authorities, mga different schools, pasensya na, nakalusot yung gunman kasi sumabay sa dagsaan. No, that shouldn't be. Dapat isa-isa. Kung
Tama
kinakalang pumila, I remember when I was in high school, pasok din ako sa public school, pila-pila kami isa-isa, tapos tinitingnan yung bag namin.
Kaya nga,
Wala nang krimen.
kaya po, Mr. Senator, kaya po yung ni-reiterate po yung policy ngayon, mas mahigpit na yung pagpasok sa eskwelahan. Dapat niya-check po yung mga bag.
Okay, second, sa kaso ng bullying, lumalala yung bullying. In fact, marami ng insidente ng suicide sa mga estudyante. It's either binubully sila ng kanilang kapwa estudyante or binubully sila ng kanilang mga guro na nakatanda sa kanila. At kanina nga sabi ko, coming here, na ano ko sa FY ko sa TikTok, nakita ko yung isang estudyante, kawawa, pinagtulungan, pinagbubugbog ng kapwa niya estudyante. So anong klaseng programa meron kayo na para ma-address itong lumalalang problema sa bullying sa elementary at sa senior high?
Simulan ko na rin po, Mr. Senator. Noong August 6 lang ho, nag-issue po ng bagong IRR tungkol sa anti-bullying policy po ng Department of Education. Pinagigting po yung efforts para po ma-prevent yung bullying incidents sa mga eskwelahan. Ngayon po meron ng Learner's Permission Officer. siya po yung nakatutok sa bawat eskwelahan para po mas mapabilis yung pag-akto sa mga reklamo o kaya kahit po indications lang na nagkakaroon ng bullying sa eskwelahan. Noon po kasi committee pa ho yan, kailangan pa mag-file ng complaint. Ngayon ho, may learner information officer na para yan po yung trabaho niya, bantayan.
Can I suggest, total, meron naman sa curriculum ng GRMC, Good Manners and Right Conduct. So siguro, sa every subject, meron dapat pupunta doon na psychologist o pang Women's and Children's Desk para educate yung mga bata on a daily basis na hindi dapat kayo mambuli kasi ito mangyari. Pag nambuli kayo, ina-advise sila. Doon pa lang sa classroom. Can we not do that?
Meron po, yes po. Yung curriculum po natin ay in-incorporate po yung...
Meron na.
Meron po.
And then nakalagay doon sa blackboard yung telephone number na pwede yung tawagan o i-text in case kung kayo nabubuli o meron kayong alam na nabubuli ng estudyante.
Wala pa po yan. No? Isa pong magandang suggestion, Mr. Senator. Opo.
Baka pwedeng isama yan. And then last na lamang, Mr. Chair. Now let's go back to this walang kamatayang na PTA. Talagang gigim na ako nito. For the past 23 years, for 25 years in my public service, doing public service or radio show ko, ang palaging nireklamo talaga yung contribution. I know meron ng in-issue si Senator Angara since umupo siya, Secretary Angara, umupo siya, na zero collection policy. The problem is, pag nagkaroon ng PTA meeting, palaging pinag-uusapan ay yung mga project. Toilet talaga number one, top of the list. Paano tayo makapag-construct ng bagong toilet? Paano tayo makapag-construct ng bagong stage, project, etc.? Paano tayo magpatoga, yearbook, etc.? Hindi ba talaga kayang pigilan na to at pagsabihan ng DepEd ang mga teachers, parents at principal, oy, kapag nag-PTA meeting kayo, off, walang topic tungkol sa project na yan. Can you not do that? Wala ba kayong kapangyarihan to stop them?
Tama po kayo, Mr. Senator. No? Pag upo po ni Secretary Sani Angara sa Department of Education, nilinaw po yung no collection policy ng departamento. You accurately stated a while ago, Mr. Senator, if you will read RA 5546, meron hong parang gray area doon. In RA 5546, expressly prohibited magkolekta mula sa mga school children, students, at saka mga teachers. Wala po kasing parents. Kaya po yung gray area na yun ay nagiging butas, so to speak, para po magkaroon ng mga collection drive. Siguro ho, no, and I would just like to surmise, baka ho iniwan yun para ho sa voluntary na pagbibigay ng mga parents kasi kailangan naman ho talaga ng tulong ng mga eskwelahan. Pero nililinaw po namin kung hindi ho voluntary kapag mandatory. Tingin ko ho bawal po yun kasi kapag mandatory contribution from parents, parang indirectly napipilitan na rin po yung mga bata. Na
okay, we will amend that law. Okay. But for the meantime, baka naman pwede policy lamang mag-issue ng memo ang DepEd stating na yung mga parents ay hindi dapat kolektahan o hindi dapat molekta.
Yes po.
Pwede ba yun?
Pwede po. Gagawin po namin. No? Mayroon po nakahandang draft in fact na kapag parents hindi pwedeng mandatory yung pagkakolekta from the parents.
That's all. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Tulfo. Hindi po ito nakakalimot. So in the next hearing, magpa-follow up po si Senator Tulfo tungkol po sa issue na ito.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right. With that, we'd like to thank our colleagues for attending this hearing. We'd also like to thank all of our resource persons for this opportunity to hear your positions. We'll be having a TWG. Everyone here is invited to join, and we'll also be including DILG as well as the League of Cities, Municipalities, and Provinces to talk about their position on the matter. We intend to have that comparison of costing, and the goal of the TWG is to do the comparison and eventually to come up, and hopefully DepEd can lead this, to come up with the prescribed specs and price for different modalities that the CAP law can use. No? Now, according to, as mentioned by Senator Loren, we will endeavor to include some provisions of this law already in the GAA. Even if we're not able to pass the law, uunahin na natin, no? So we're going to try to get support from our other colleagues. So you can expect this to happen in one form or the other, no? And we hope that by having that allocation, we can really invite more players, more groups, both LGUs and the private sector, to join us in this quest to build classrooms for our children. So we'd like to thank everyone, and we move to suspend the hearing. There being no objections, the hearing is thereby suspended. Maraming salamat.